Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first ever partnership collective worship. We're going to be coming to you during the week. We'll talk to you a bit more about it, both in the classroom and at home. And we're going to be thinking about our value together across St Mary's and across St Helens. And so my name's Andy Spence, so I'm the executive head at St Helens and St Mary's. And what we're going to do is we're just going to introduce now the different people who are on the screen here, so that you get to know them, so that you'll kind of feel a bit more familiar with them when they come to speak to you about different things over the term.
Good morning, everybody, and I'm Kelvin Chappell, head of school at St Helens Primary School, and it's great to be here with you all. And I'm delighted to introduce Rev David, who is the vicar at St Helens Church. Rev David, I don't know if you want to say a quick few hellos.
Hi, everybody. It's really good to be here with you today.
Brilliant. And I'm Bethan Scriven. I'm head of school at St Mary's, and just below me is Natalie Lane, our deputy head. And just in the corner here is Rev Ian from St Mary's Church.
Yes, hello everybody, good to be with you.
Fantastic.
And at the beginning of every assembly, we like to start off with a few welcome words. So if you want to join in with these words over the next few weeks, as we get used to the words that we're going to start every assembly with, I'm going to say the welcome words. And we've gathered as a community to worship together and to think about our value of friendship. So our value this term in both schools is looking at friendship.
So for each of our collective worships, we'll be coming to you, two of us, and we'll be joining together to share with you some stories and some ideas that link to friendship, which is our value this term, and also to our curriculum theme of journeys, which we'll be exploring as we head off out of our 2020 academic year and look forward to 2021.
What makes a good friend?
A friend is somebody who you meet up with often.
When people play with you. Always hugs me. A good friend is someone who picks you up when you fall, makes you laugh, plays with you whenever you're sad, and would just do lots of things for you.
Helping you and just being kind.
Give them some of my toys. To be kind to each other and you don't argue. Or if they listen to you very nicely, we can play with them or we can play with somebody else. And you be kind to them and you never argue with them.
Accepting for who you are and what you're doing every day.
If they're kind to you, if you're ever sad or angry.
He's always been there for me to help me.
If you're playing the game, you can let them join in. If they don't want to, you can just say if you want to join in, you can.
I think makes a good friend is that they take care of you, and if you fall over, they help you, they pick you up.
I think a good friend makes you happy and is always lovely to you, and it's always funny and nice to you.
Fantastic. And so we thought we'd start today with something a little bit different. So we're going to call this Ask a Vicar, and we're going to be asking the two vicars here just for their thoughts about friendship. So we're going to start with Rev David, who's from St Helens. So Rev David, I wonder if you could tell us, how have friends helped you through your life or on your different journeys that you've been on?
Brilliant. So I've got a little friendship rap that I learnt more than 30 years ago. So it goes, happy to share, happy to bear one another's burdens. That's why we're here. Happy to share, happy to bear one another's burdens. That's why we're here. And why I'm singing that song is because I've got friends, because I'm so old now, that go back more than 30 years. So before I was married, I went and worked abroad. I came back really, really burnt out. And a friend called Stuart, who came and helped me and was there alongside me. And I guess through life, when we've had problems, not always every week or every day. It sometimes can be years that we don't talk to each other. But when we've got problems, we phone each other up. So I haven't seen Stuart for 3 years, and then his wife phoned me up just 2 weeks ago and said, Stuart's in hospital and he looks so ill, he's near death. And I thought, oh no. And she said, well, that's what you look like. She might have been exaggerating a little bit, but she was very, very worried and concerned. So I contacted Stuart and I said a little prayer because I couldn't visit him over the phone. And then on Friday last week, I had a phone call from his wife. He's out of hospital. God answers prayers. He's really making an improvement. He's really getting well. And I guess what friendship is all about, for me, is sharing burdens in life, the good times and the bad times, sharing things that are going on, ringing people up, making sure we got contact over and keeping in contact with those we know and we love.
Thank you so much, David.
Reverend Ian, how have friends helped you on your journey?
Well, friends have been really important to me throughout my life. In fact, I probably wouldn't be here today, sat in this chair, if it wasn't for the encouragement of friends sort of saying, yes, you know, you should go along this route. But I think I got two particular little stories that might help to understand how friends are really helpful. So the first was about 30 years ago, I went off to work in Africa, and that meant leaving all my existing friends behind in this country. I can remember sitting on the aeroplane feeling very lonely and a little bit frightened and wondering what on earth I was doing. And but I was met in Nairobi by two lovely people who turned out to become very good friends, and they encouraged me and helped me on the next stage of my journey and made me feel really much better about myself and able to go forward and face whatever was ahead. So that was one story. The other story comes from just last year, when a group of us, mostly young people actually, 18 young people from this parish and also from Froomside, from Frampton Cotterell and Winterbourne, went on rather a long walk all the way from here down to Salisbury Cathedral. Took place over 5 days, but actually it was the friendships that were developed on that journey that really helped us along the way. So as we walked, we got to chat, and you know, the miles just sort of drifted away as we chatted with one another, and barely noticed the sort of the distance, because it was being with other people, with friends, that really helped us along that journey. And I'm afraid I don't have a rap like Reverend David.
Just as well.
Thank you, Reverend Ian.
Fantastic. Now, just as we come to a close, we're going to finish with a prayer and a song, and we've also got some questions for you to think about, whether you're in the classroom with your teacher or whether you're at home with your family. So, Reverend David, would you pray for us as we finish?
Yeah, I've got a prayer, and it's a prayer known as Footprints, and we had it as a tea towel in our kitchen, and my oldest son said to me, you don't know how much that prayer has meant to me during my life's journey. And sometimes when we're lonely, we can feel that nobody is listening to us and nobody cares. The prayer's quite long, but I'm just going to read the last 4 lines. So maybe you'd like to think about those times in your journey where you have felt lonely and you have felt that nobody cares. And I want you to remember that at those times, God will always carry you. This is the last 4 lines of the prayer. My precious child, I, God, love you and will never leave you. Never ever during your trials and testings have I left you. When you saw only one set of footprints in the sand, it was then at those hard times that I carried you. Amen.
Every assembly, we're going to have to finish with some reflection questions for you to explore with family and friends at home, or if you're in school, you can explore with your teachers and your friends in your classroom. And just like Reverend David and Reverend Ian have been talking about the importance of friendship, we can have that reflection on what friends mean to you. So we've got 2 particular questions that you could have a little think about over the next few days. The first question is, how can your friends and family help us this term? So how can they help you this term as we almost reconnect back into school for some of us? So how can people around use friendship? But also, how can you help? your friends and family? What sorts of things can you be doing to help specifically your friends and family this term? So have a reflection of that, have a little chat within your classroom or at home, and if you feel like you want to, you can post some responses on both Class Dojos at St Mary's and at St Helens. We really look forward to seeing some of your reflections on our value of friendship.
Brilliant. Now, each week we're going to be coming to you with a collective worship every Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. They'll be posted on our partnership YouTube channel. They'll be live at 9 o'clock, or you can catch up with them at any other point in your day.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us. So we're going to go now, but we're going to leave you with Mrs. Lane. Mrs. Lane's got a song for us to sing, and this song is going to play just after this, so you can join in at home, in the classrooms, or just listen to it, whatever you want to. So Mrs. Lane, what song have you chosen for us?
Okay, so I was keen to jump in. I'm sorry, Mr. Chappell, I was keen then. So we're going to sing Ain't No Mountain. I know children at St Mary's have practiced this one quite a few times, but I think within school and at home as well, maybe in our singing practices, this one's going to come up throughout the term because it's a really good one for journeys and for friendship. So, and it's a really easy one. So good luck, enjoy it, and have a good rest of the week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.